YouTube? What up? What up? Child support. Wednesday. Ay, ay, ay. What a Wednesday. What a Wednesday. No, okay. So, what I wanted to talk about, besides Child Support Wednesday, and about how fucked up the system can really be. Because what was I gonna say besides the system being fucked up? No, I remember. Well, the toxic baby mama that I have. I remember back in the day when I was working delivering pizzas. I remember that one time I was on the phone with her. She was so toxic, made me so mad. Which I mean, at the time I didn't know anything about child support. I was uneducated, ignorant, if you want to call it. Yeah. So then, okay. What I'm trying to say is, I remember we were fighting on the phone. Yes. And I admit, I was wrong. It was wrong for me to say, because she was telling me something. And it was always about money. Well, with her, it was always about money, no matter what. It was always about money, like being a gold digging, money hungry hippo hoe, like never fails. Never, like even before she got pregnant, never fails. It was always something that she was always terrible with money. Something with money. No, and then like so I remember when she said something, and then so I got mad again. I got mad, and I told her I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay you. Like I'm not gonna pay it. But see, that's me being ignorant. I don't know. I don't know the laws. I don't know. I don't know how child support works. Back then. So I'm telling her I'm not gonna pay it. You're gonna go to. So she was right. You're gonna go to jail if you don't pay child support. You're gonna go to jail. So I'll be honest. Like that's the most being true. What she said. Um, yeah, you break the court order or whatever. The court order in contempt of court, in contempt of the court order. Yeah, basically that's what that is. Basically, what she did to me, like contempt of court. If I take her to court, contempt of court. But the thing is, contempt of court. Um, the guy, well, not even man enough to say, hey, let me be the true dad and let me adopt her, give her my last name, which, these sons of bitches, they never did that. So if my daughter has that other man's last name, they're beyond contempt of court. Beyond contempt of court. No, yeah. So, like I was saying, contempt of court. Yeah, I was just remembering as well, because I remember, well, before the shit hit the fan, before no, I'm talking about money. Before everything set aside, I remember there was these apartments, Cherry Brook Lane or whatever the heck they're called. Oh, I don't even know. I mean, I don't know if they changed the name. I don't know if they're still there or whatever. So I remember me and her. Yeah, she was being such a bitch one time, and then cause she goes to me, "Oh, you don't have checkbooks, do you?" I mean, at the time, I barely even had credit. At the time, I barely even had credit, because what I'm trying to say is, I remember when I first established my first line of credit. I remember at the time I was driving a 2000, a black 2000 Chevy Malibu that I had, you know. So I bought some rims at Discount Tires, which, rims and tires package or something like that. And I remember at the time getting, I believe, yeah, it was my mother who co-signed for me, and I was able to get the line of credit. Yeah, So I think, no, well, going back to the apartments, I remember it was less than $50. It was some kind of deposit or something they were gonna do. Like, I think they were gonna check my, like, well, our credit. They were gonna check our credit. They were gonna check. Uh, well, typically, well, I don't know. I may be wrong here. I don't really know, but it was some kind of deposit that they needed, which I never even got back. Because we didn't even move into these. But I think the lady said that whatever check I gave her, it was non-refundable, whether we got the apartment or not. I think, which I'm trying to think, I'm trying to remember. I've been taking these supplements for my brain health, which, yeah, I'm starting to remember a lot of things. Like all of a sudden they're just coming to me, like my memory wise. So I mean, obviously this supplement really does help, which I guess I'll put the name. I'll put the name of the brain supplement that I'm taking in the comments. If anyone sees this video and it's interested. No. So what I'm trying to say is, I remember, yeah, my baby mama, man. So the dude that she's with, this guy, he's a complete asshole. Right off the bat, he's a complete asshole. The mother of my child, she's a complete asshole. Took away my parental rights. No, yeah, because I remember calling the child support people and telling them what had happened. So then that's when they told me, oh, there's nothing we can do. And I remember that was when they told me that I had opened up a court case, take her to court for contempt, which in reality for her, all it is a slap on the wrist. Really, in a lot of majority of the cases, that's all that is. And see, now the reason, this lazy one-eyed Willie over here, I don't know which eye it is, or his health problems, diabetes, and I don't know what else this man has, ED, I believe ED or something. I have no idea. This guy, he's off the wall. I have no idea. That's what I mean. That's what, like, to me, that's what's messed up. That's what's messed up. So, okay, if something were to happen to that man, that's gonna break my daughter's heart, because that's who she has known as her dad. Golly. So, like, really and truly, I do not want to reach out to the mother of my child. I want to reach out to my daughter and let her know, like, hey, you have a real dad here. I'm not trying to be, which I'm pretty sure I said this story before. Like, I remember, this guy I used to work with, John. John. He told me a story. Like, he met his biological father. So then that man closed the door on him. Like, damn, that hurts. That really, like, when he told me that story, that really hurt me too. Because I'm like, damn, like, even though you haven't been there for all those years, you don't do that. You don't do that. No. For an example, like, if my daughter were to come to me, of course, I would be, my door's open arms, everything, hey, come on in, let's catch up for all this time that has been lost. Like, that's where I'm going with this, in reality, like, my daughter, like, whether she knows me or not, she always has a father, always, that cares about her. You know, to me, it's not even about the money. You know, I could care less. You know, I'll make it back. I'll make it back double. I'll make it back triple. Fuck child support. You know, I got this. You know, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, real talk is my door is always open for my daughter. You know, and then, so my current girlfriend, she even told me one time, and I told her, look, babe, they have to be together. The reason be because that man is the only man my daughter has ever known as the father. Because she said, well, it's been 14 years. Excuse me. It's been 14 years. How do you know they're still together? And I looked at her. I told her, look, they have to be. You know, I mean, I know, look, every situation is different. I know. So I do remember, you know, my current girlfriend was trying to look her up on Facebook, but the thing is, no luck. Well, when me and her, when we were doing it, no luck, no cigarro, we couldn't, no nothing. But, you know, cause I was trying to show her, like, even if it's old posts from 2022, 2023, on their Insta or on their Facebook or, you know, whatever, you know, just to see, like, hey, look, this is from 22, this is from 23, whatever they posted, you know. But the only thing I'm trying to say is, the mother of my child, she is on that zombie mode. Because no, I remember when me and her were together, she told me that she, like, to me what's fucked up is she visited her ex-husband. Well, they were separated, so she visited her husband. You know, she was still in contact with that fool. And then what's more fucked up, we have a child together. She hasn't been in contact with me for over 14 years. I think one time she called me private. A few years back, I was still with the Hot Cheetos girl. She called me asking for more money. That's why in the beginning of the video when I was talking about money, yeah, that's the only fucking reason she called me about money. Wow. Yeah, and she called me. It was a blocked number, saying she was gonna take me to the Attorney General's. I'm like, wow, you're gonna call me on a block number? Like, first of all, like, I don't even know how my daughter's doing. I don't know how she's doing in school. No, I think I was talking to somebody about that. We were talking about that because I said this year my daughter turns 15. And then next year my daughter turns 16. So, you know, and then so we're talking, you know, because, you know, young ladies, the Hispanic heritage is like the quinceañera, which for her that's gonna be this year. Next year she's gonna have, you know, the sweet 16. So I mean, she has my number. I mean, if she's called me blocked, she has my number. That's all I gotta say. Oh shit, this video is already going 14 minutes. I'm over here rambling on about fucking child support. Alrighty, YouTube, I'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a good one.